and today I'm joined by Point North.
Hello.
Hi.
The guys are vibing. We've just listened to several people's sound checks,
Yep,
I guess.
sound check.
So we're all we're the vibes are established.
Established.
The vibes are high.
Established vibes.
Cool. So my first question was going to be something that the main thing that you want to promote, or the main thing that you want to plug right at this minute. But I had to look at your link tree, and it's just so crammed and like stuffed with things because there's so many things going on, like album, tour, single, music video. So what if you were to like to get the viewers hooked? What's your main thing that at the moment you're like, yeah, this is what we want to talk about?
World VP, new music. Probably our new single called World vs. Peace, and we just did a music video for it. That's kind of like our latest release of content, I guess. And it's really just been a lot of like writing and experimenting and I guess now tour. So I guess first and foremost, come see us in Europe if you're in Europe, and this comes out before we get home, but I don't know about that.
Oh God, I'm gonna try my hardest.
Well, see us this year some other time. We'll be in, am I allowed to say Australia? Australia, all over the place. But mainly new single, World vs. Peace, and nothing else in the pipeline. I think that's what we got.
Is this, so it was a double kind of release, right?
Yeah,
Like
so there's two singles out now that will be on the new album. So we're kind of working our way there.
Which you're working on right
Working
now?
on,
Okay.
yeah, working on.
Are you,
It's killing us slowly.
Are you the type of band that can like write on the road, or do you need to kind of need a space where you can sit down, focus on one thing, and
Yeah,
then just kind of start
it's like
the machine?
it's like both for sure. We can ride on the road. I have the rig right now in the bus, so when we have time, we can kind of suss out some ideas. It's a lot harder to find the energy and the time.
Oh, I'm sure.
But when we do, it's cool. It's inspiring when you're on the road because you feel cool and maybe there's something that happens like psychologically that makes you write a little bit better. But when we're home, it's like our comfort zone, and it's like we're home and it's calm and it's quiet and you can kind of hear yourself and a little bit better. And sometimes that's harder because you write so much that it's like hard to kind of pin something down. But on the road, yeah, it's a different inspiration for sure. Do you want to touch on that at all?
I think what's so interesting is since I've known Jon, even before this band, we've recorded in Jon's house in some form or fashion. It started in a bedroom. Now it's in this beautiful studio that he has in his backyard. So I think we're always so used to being in a very familiar and comfortable setting. And then I think when we're tossed out on here, everything is like new, everything's fresh, and it's an absolute different mental states, different perspective, and I think that's something that we try to tap into as much as we can to kind of keep something fresh, keep something different, because if not, we'll just be in the comfort of the studio, kind of like going back to just kind of what we're used to, and we're always kind of try to push the evolution and push the boundaries a little bit, and I think we can do that when we sort of mix up our perspective a little bit. Yeah,
that makes sense. Speaking about that, maybe, so this might be the first time that you're hearing this, but you've released Bring Me Down. And for me, the first association that I had was, oh, this is In Sync. This is like Cry Me a River. Is that kind of intentional, the kind of pop vibe? Because you have been getting heavier overall.
Hell yeah, first of all. Yes, short answer, long answer. Like, I am so inspired by like 90s pop and Max Martin Productions and a fellow Swede, Jimmy.
Hey.
And yeah.
Didn't even notice.
It's okay. Great producer, like the best of all time. He's goated. And
Nice.
yes. And then a lot of, we were talking about earlier with another interview about how I'm listening to a lot of like West Coast hip hop, which is this producer called Scott Storch, who does he does like Fat Joe and like just old West Coast hip hop like that. Where the melody kind of carries the whole theme of the song instrumentally and vocally. And so yeah, I love pop music and I love writing stuff like that, and I also love heavy music. And he also is a fan of both of those things. His first concert was a Backstreet Boys concert. And
Nice. It's iconic.
don't remember exactly when, or I think it was at Staples Center.
No, it was I think the 1999 Honda Center.
Yeah, so a big arena. But anyway, so yeah, we love that stuff. And so I think with Bring Me Down and the new song after that, we kind of found finally like a little bit of marrying both of our favorite things. And I think that's why I think Bring Me Down is like my favorite Point North song. Because it's like modern hip hop, but with 90s melody productions. I'm a huge Justin Timberlake fan. And also, I'm just like brain farting right now. It's like a lot of Timbaland style production with like the percussion and stuff, and then just heavy breakdowns. And so the real trick was getting it to go together. And I think Bring Me Down was the first like amalgamation of those things that like worked.
Yeah.
And so so I'm very happy to hear you say that.
I'm glad that I wasn't totally off.
No, you're right on the money.
How dare you talk about,
I hate it.
We will never be able to hide our pop influence, no matter how heavy we get.
I feel like nowadays, as opposed to like 10 or 15 years ago, everyone's so open about like, oh yeah, these hardcore dudes all listen to Taylor Swift and stuff. Which I'm glad that we've kind of moved on from like hating on, or even just like pop punk bands,
I don't think the term guilty pleasure really exists anymore.
It's just a pleasure.
It's just a pleasure.
Yes.
I think you don't have to be
Right on.
ashamed for liking music that maybe you wouldn't be judged for listening.
Yeah.
But I think everyone just can enjoy it, like no matter who you are or what else you like, and there's no guilt anymore.
It's almost cooler to not hate on stuff like that now. Yeah. It's like cool to like it.
Which, it is, yeah.
It used to be cool to hate it, and I think it's cool to like it now.
Yeah, for sure.
Good
which
for
is
us.
which is good for us.
Yeah.
But also, it's like we were cool all along. Everyone was like behind. We were
sure.
ahead of our times.
I still hate tons of things too, so it's totally
Me
fine.
too. Yes. Up top. Speaking of maybe not hating things, you guys are big golf fans.
Yeah.
And you've been, I don't know if you're offering it on this tour. I think you're not doing it in Europe, but you've been offering the VIP.
Yeah. So that was on our
mini golf
last tour, which
package.
was our headliner. So we got a little
Yeah.
bit more freedom to kind of do our thing. This is obviously direct support for Set It Off. So we're not doing it on this. But I have no doubt that will be a theme for this band and our VIPs for years to come. It's just something that not only do Jon and I love, but I mean, a lot of our fans love it too. And we had fans in the VIP that have never put a golf club in their hands before that
think I
made
have.
putts.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it was
okay.
really cool. It was really cool to see that. We
But
had a blind woman in our VIP that was putting. We were like
crushed
showing
it.
her how to putt. It was really, really special stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Because I was going to ask, like, is there actual putt involved? But there is.
Oh, this
That's-
man built 3 holes.
Yeah.
And we carried them to every venue,
I
and they
love
had
that.
lights, and we put little alien characters. They were hard. They were like, it's like a
Broke. There was a break on it.
Yeah, he made them like a carnival game. So even though we practiced them 30 times, they were still difficult, which is what you want. You don't want everyone to just step up and make them and it's easy.
want it to-
We
yeah.
were giving everybody a challenge, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just now. This isn't on my card of questions, but you've got me thinking. Like, in terms of like stage production,
Mm-hmm.
is that maybe an element that you can imagine like building into it, like? Golfing, like playing, one time you're playing
Oh my
arenas.
God, you are
and the
getting
whole-
my wheels
the whole
turning right
stage
now.
is like a golf course
I
or like
think
a putt.
I think it's always Jon and I's dream
So
to
fun.
come out in like 1920s golf attire.
Nice.
With like derby caps and everything like that. So I wouldn't doubt that that's maybe in our future. But production wise, that'd be so cool. If like the bass drum of the drum set was just a huge golf ball or something.
Yeah.
You got me thinking for
Right?
sure. Yeah.
And I was thinking like, oh, you know how bands have like beach balls that they're floating into the crowd?
Inflatable golf balls. You're
Right.
on it. This is incredible.
Just,
Mike,
just
Mike, write
spitballing
this down.
here.
Mike, write
Yep.
this down. Yeah.
Take note. Ay. I'm very glad to have inspired
Oh,
you.
absolutely. We will credit you for that for
But
sure.
thank you. Yeah. But then again, no. I mean, you've been crushing it with the hockey music videos, obviously.
Thank you. That's also this man. Jon grew up playing hockey. He was always a big fan.
Yeah.
As well as Jon from the Ghost Inside. So
Oh, yeah.
it was the perfect kind of connection to go back with people that we've known for years and grew up in and got to play a sport that everybody kind of loved.
And everyone gets to watch them beat the hell out of us.
Yeah.
And And I heard the rest of you first time on skates.
First time on skates. I had a sore tailbone after the first fall for 3 weeks. Yeah.
Well, you live and you learn.
My girlfriend took me ice skating 3 weeks ago. I had to have the seal that the kids use to like guide you. I had one of those. No shame. And I didn't hurt my tailbone. So.
Because as you get older, you got to take care of yourself.
Yes. Which we are doing that. Yeah.
Especially if you want to jump around on stage every night and do sick kick flips.
Yep.
Crack that tailbone. Speaking of things that that segue doesn't work. I was going to say things that mesh well, but no, not really.
Hockey and
I was going to say Set It Off and Point North.
Yes.
Point North.
Yes.
You've obviously toured together before. You've recorded a song together. Cody's featured on the song. Jon, I think you played on Punching Bag. You played guitar for them. Is that just on one of the songs, or?
Are you talking about in Bend, Oregon, or on tour?
Yeah, I saw a
video.
clip of you coming on stage.
So I wrote that song with Cody.
That's right.
And then it's like one of those things where I write a lot of riffs for a lot of bands, and I get very jealous of other people playing the riffs that I write on stage because it looks so much fun. And we saw them in Oregon. 2 separate tours. We like met up. We were off that day. We actually golfed that morning. It's funny enough with Cody and his TM Riley, our TM Riley.
What course was that?
That was called Pronghorn. It was beautiful. It was a what's his name course? A Nicholas course. For all you golf nerds out there, all 2 of you. So I was really excited to play that riff live, and so I asked Cody if I could play guitar on it in Oregon, and then they let me, and it was super fun.
Sweet, okay. Because I was gonna say, because I wondered if that was like a one-time thing, or
I will be doing it on this tour for sure. I haven't asked yet, but it's going to happen.
It's good. Well, if he didn't know now he knows.
Now you know. Now you know, Cody. Wherever he is.
But so I was thinking, in terms of you've obviously done plenty of collaborations yourself, and so has Set It Off. And I was thinking, like, have you ever thought about like doing like a super band kind of thing, where like, because you have overlapping, soundscapes, I would say.
Yeah.
And fan bases as well.
Sure, yeah.
Why not like boy genius it and
just put it all together? If we weren't owned by the record labels, we could do that stuff. Damn it.
They're independent. So.
If we weren't owned by our record label. That's a really cool idea. You see like a lot of cool bands do that stuff. I'm sure, Andy, you have a handful of like super bands. Off the top of my head, I can think of like Crazy 88. Who else is like a super band? I'm trying to, because they do exist. They are out there.
Like wasn't Transplants? Well, Plus 44.
Oh, for sure. Okay, so if we're going like Legacy World, then there's
kind of Ellis Dunes,
Ellis Dunes is a great example.
Yeah.
Great example.
Yeah, maybe.
You're really boosting my confidence.
That's what we're here for. We're called Porth.
today.
We're called the person that lift people up.
We love Circa. We love Mike Hem. So I mean, Ellis Dunes. Shout out to Anthony Green.
Yeah.
And Frankie. So.
Yeah. I mean, one of these days it'd be super fun. We have so many friends in the industry just collectively that we like would pair great with, and maybe one day an EP will pop out over here and something will happen over there, and you'll have no idea that it was us and no idea it was this person, and maybe we'll throw masks on one day and sleep token it. You have no idea. So be on the lookout.
In the pipeline.
Well, we don't know for sure. Definitely no plans. Hopeless Records.
But hashtag trapped. No, but actually, this reminds me. So I already said off camera earlier. Are we still rolling, by the way? Okay.
That's good.
Because it will stop recording at one point.
Nice.
And Jimmy has to keep an eye on it. So as I was saying earlier, there's so many shows going on. Is that something that you're even aware of? Because hear me out. So tomorrow, Devil Wears Prada is playing.
Right.
Saturday, Touche Amour is playing. Wow. Then I know that you're a big 4 Year Strong fan. Is that right? They're playing on Thursday.
Wrote with them. Yeah.
On Oh, the state champs, Broadside are coming through.
Yep, saw that.
Rise Against are playing the week after. So this is, and I'm going to be at all those shows. And I'm already
guys
so
are
tired.
awesome.
But,
No wonder there's a
but I don't
scene
have
here.
to play them. So.
You just named every one that I could name. You forgot one, which is 0936 and Ryan Oakes, two good friends of ours. They played here last night, actually.
Okay.
They're
missed
both
that.
both good friends of ours. And no,
Good
but
plug.
every other tour. Actually, I did not know about Touche. We love Touche.
Yeah.
So that's incredible. But no, we love the 4 Year Strong guys.
Yeah.
John's worked with the Devil Wears Prada. We've got a lot of crew members in those camps that we love
Yeah,
too.
lots of
Rise
overlap.
Against is my favorite band of all time. And so, I was like meticulously looking at our ad mats to see if there was maybe an off day that I could catch them, but I don't think it's going to line up, unfortunately. Yeah.
So that is, so I was going to say, is that something that you're kind of, because I think it's fairly easy to get, wrapped up in your own touring thing.
Yeah.
You kind of lose sight of the outside world a little bit, but there are these crossover things and these kind of opportunities then to even just like, if there's someone that you're friends with, to like hit them up and like explore a city together or something. Does that happen?
I think I mean,
Not in Germany, but
I
probably
think,
not, but
especially for Europe, like we've this is a dream of ours to be over here and like to have music like have taken us over here. So we're very aware of the opportunity and we don't want to let anything pass. So although this is the main reason we're here, we are always trying to find like places to golf, good restaurants to eat, what's the coolest thing in the city, are there any friends in the area that we may know, always things that we're looking for, because these are really, really cool special opportunities for us and we absolutely want to make the best of them. Yeah.
seems like you are.
Yeah. We are.
This would be a sweet way to like wrap it up. But I do have another question because I've actually been following you guys for quite a while. Nice. Since Hammer, I would say like 2018.
2018, yeah. That's 7 years now.
Don't stop. No, this is too much.
How do you think we feel?
Oh God.
Seriously.
But so this is, this is the first time I get to talk to you, and therefore I was going to ask about one of my favorite songs, which is Apolog. Off of so
I think that's one of our favorite songs.
Is it?
When we were writing that song and like we came up with that chorus, John came up with that chorus, it was just one of those moments where we just stopped and looked at each other and went like, yes.
Nailed it.
Yes. Yes.
That's awesome.
What are we talking about? There was a vibe there for sure. That was like album 1 on Hopeless, and it was like getting into the swing of things of like dropping albums, or I guess turning in an album to a label. And so it became like, we were crunching for like a couple of weeks just trying to get it done. And we stumbled upon like the sound, and it is like, it's a slower paced record for sure. And I do have like I love it for like what it made us today, and kind of like it struck a formula with us for like the rest of our career, I would think. And I mean, I think lyrically, like we love like despair in lyrics a lot. We're just like at the end of the day a couple emo kids, and
Resonates.
yeah, it's like what does John Mayer call it, like happy disparity. Is that Mike? I bet you that's
He got bored. He just left.
Yeah, he won something. Hey! Anyways, so yeah, we like wrote that, and it was like, it was definitely one of my favorites. Like it was like, cause that was when we were really leaning into the pop. I think then we had this vision to like be like a pop band with guitars, and now it's like we're a heavy band with pop melodies. So it kind of flipped a little bit. But I love that you love that song. Yeah, that one was very special, very sad.
Oh yeah.
Super sad song. Super sad record. Let's be honest. That's a sad album.
That's what I live for. You know.
I don't even know like what was going on. That was so long ago.
There's a couple songs in our catalog where when John writes a certain way, it's like we call it like a Disney chorus. When it's like very uplifting, poppy, hopeful. Apolog chorus is one of the Disney choruses that we have for sure.
I love the Disney, and it's exactly that. Like, so I'm a melody person. I'm not necessarily a lyrics first person.
Okay.
So for me, it's all about the melody, but it has to be sad and with like loud. Well, loud and with like a loud sort of like climax,
Sure.
you know, at
Yeah,
the end
yeah,
where
yeah.
like everything's coming together and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a big moment. Yeah.
So yeah, that song definitely. I'm not sure if you're playing it live still. Oh God.
We have played that song live once or twice.
Okay.
I thought once on the stream during
Well,
COVID. that was
I
it.
want to say that there was another time, but maybe not. It could be the only time. You may be right.
I think that's the only
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It was that. The only time we ever played that song was at a live stream we did during COVID when no touring was happening, and then that's the only time we played Brand New Vision also. Was it for the album release? The album got pushed like 7 months because of COVID. It was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Ironically, rushing super hard to get it done, and I was like, all right, wait 7 more months is when it's turned in. It's like, wait, can I tweak a couple things? Like, no.
So frustrating.
But
I'm
yeah,
sure.
that is what it is.
Okay. I'm going to let you guys go because I feel like I've kept you for way too long with my
all
silly
good.
questions. But thank you so much for taking
you.
the time.
Great to meet you.
I hope you. I don't know. I'm just distracted by this giant plate of food. So yeah, I was gonna say
that
I
you
hope
on
you
the
eat
drums?
some yummy food and and enjoy local delicacies and
Yeah.
hope that Hamburg is everything that you've been dreaming of.
What should we eat? What's like one food item we should eat while we're here?
I've got a sweet tooth. I think you've got a sweet tooth. I know that you're into seafood.
How do you know these things?
Because I'm well prepared. I'm a professional. So
Wild.
there is a thing that's a really basic thing, which like it's just like a fish bun, but I probably wouldn't recommend it.
Is there
No.
a shrimp anywhere?
There's like tons of like fish restaurants since we're near the harbor.
Yeah.
But they can be fancy.
I did fancy last night. I can do fancy again.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well,
I went
don't
to Mark. No. It's like it starts with an M. It's a steakhouse right by the harbor.
Steakhouse.
Yeah.
I don't eat meat.
It's like Match or Mark or something. Whatever. It was great.
I'll find it on maps and I'll be like, oh, that guy.
I had a
Okay.
nice tenderloin.
Ooh, okay.
good.
Okay. What'd you have?
Tell her.
What did I have? I
Tell me.
had a lot of beer last night.
The main
He didn't
carb.
come to the steakhouse.
Yep, that was my dinner.
Yum.
Yum.
Okay, but maybe tomorrow for breakfast you can pick up it's called a Franzbrötchen, which is like a cinnamon roll, but it needs to be one of the juicy ones.
Okay.
Don't get one of them like dry ass, flaky, all that shit. That's no good.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like a Cinnabon situation.
Yeah, that's probably it. But
All right.
we can discuss this off camera.
Sure.
Okay,
Sorry.
anyway.
Cinnabon 2025.
Thanks for the interview, guys, and thank you
Thank
guys
you.
for
Great to
watching.
meet you.
Cheers.
Bye.